Hi guys, I want to show you how I skim coated this entire wall. It was a labor-intensive process, but so worth the results. So let's walk through the materials and tools needed. You'll need joint compound, a bucket, a drill, a gallon mixer, a joint knife, a mud pan, water, a paint roller cover, a hand sander, and drywall sandpaper. So let's get started. I have joint compound in the bucket, and now I am adding water to make it easier to work with when applying it to the wall. I have the gallon mixer attached to the drill so that I can mix the water and joint compound. The consistency should look similar to cake batter, but make sure it's not too watery. Now that I have the mixture to the consistency desired, I am adding it to the mud pan so I can apply it to the wall. This was my first time skim coating, and I did a lot of research prior, and the recommendation is to use a 12-inch painter's taping knife. However, it was too big for my hands, so I opted for the joint knife. It's a lot smaller and was easier for me to work with. You'll see me change it out later in the video. At this point, I realized I wasn't making much traction, so I decided to roll the mixture on. I was able to get much more mixture on the wall with the roller versus the joint knife. One thing to note, if you're rolling the mixture on, you need to work in small spaces so you're able to scrape the mixture before it dries. You want to scrape in an upward and sideward motion to keep the mixture from falling on the floor. Also, try to get it as smooth as you can and try to alleviate the lines, as this will make the sanding process much more easier. So here's what the wall looks like in its drying phase. With skim coating, it's a 3-day process. You put the first coat on and you have to wait 24 hours for it to dry. And then you put the second coat on and you have to wait an additional 24 hours for it to dry before you can start the sanding process. So now we're at the sanding process. So it's very easy to sand. You don't have to put any elbow grease in it. You can just lightly sand and it'll come right off. So you can rub your hand across the wall just to test for smoothness. I have to warn you though, the sanding process is very messy. So you definitely want to make sure you cover up your furniture and make sure things are covered because it lets off a lot of dust, and you definitely need to prepare for that. Here's the before and after, and you can definitely see the difference. In the after, you don't see any more texture. And the reason why you want to skim coat is because if you're doing a board and batten wall or wainscoting, you definitely want it to be smooth before you start that process. That way, it looks more professional.